best possible manner for this noble purpose. And throughout the period of pregnancy, they should be praying for them, that Allah Almighty may make this child a servant of religion and purify that child from worldly involvements, and the inclination towards the world should not be there. Rather, he should be inclined towards religion. And then after the birth, the training of the children should be in such a way that the child is able to keep this point always in his mind, that, and he should be made to believe that I am a devotee of life. And instead of getting myself involved in worldly pursuits, I have to serve the religion of Allah Almighty, and I have to spend my life in the service of religion. And if the training is given from the very beginning like that, then when they come of age and become young, then that child would be presenting himself directly and very purely and dedicatedly. He will be able to offer himself for the service of religion. So the parents should always remember this point, that to prepare the child for the system of waqf, and to always take care of their proper education and tarbiyat and training, that is the responsibility of the parents, so that they should turn the children like a fruit-bearing tree, and then that child should be presented to the Khalifa of the time for the service of religion. This the thought which is in the minds of some people, that our child is a member of Waqf-e-Nau, therefore the Jamaat should take care of the children from the very beginning. This is totally wrong. The Jamaat can give the guidance for Taaleem and Tarbiyat, for the education and training, and it should be done. And for this purpose, in the Rabwa, there is a Wakalat-e-Waqf-e-Nau in Rabwa, and also Nizarat, under the Nizarat-e-Taaleem, the Department of Waqf-e-Nau is established in Qadian. Here in London, on the central level, directly under the supervision of the Khalifa of the time, this department is also working. And in Jamaats, the secretaries for Waqf-e-Nau, it is their responsibility that they should look after the counseling regarding the Taaleem and the Tarbiyat, the education and the training of the children. Proper guidance and counseling should be given, and they should try to make them the active part of the Jamaat, and they should also play a very active role in this matter. But despite all this arrangement, the responsibility of the parents is very great. As I said, with the increasing requirements of the Jamaat, in view of that, the system of Waqf-e-Nau was started, and this is very important. And this is something which is going to fulfill the requirements of the Jamaat in future. This is such a scheme which will be doing like that. And this is a scheme in which, apart from the Muballighin and the Murabbiyan, and there would be need of other people who are the devotees of life. This requirement will be there in future. Therefore, the parents and the Department of Waqf-e-Nau, they should consider this responsibility, and they should do their best to perform their role in this section. Many times it has been said that the secretaries of Waqf-e-Nau, they are not as active as they are supposed to be. They should be. So they should become active, so that when these children come into the field, then field of service, then they should be able to save these people from falling into the pit of destruction, and they should be able to perform their role. And among the successful people, they should not only be included themselves, they themselves should become the successful people, but also they should be able to they should also become the means of making other people successful and triumphant in their life. Although this is also the responsibility of the parents, that they should look after each and every child that is in their family, and the loss of any child will not be tolerated by the Jamaat, because these are the trust of the Jamaat and the nation. But regarding in the minds of the children of the Waqf-e-Nau scheme, this point should be instilled in their minds, that we have devoted you for the sake of Allah, for the service of religion. Just the title of Waqf-e-Nau is not enough. Rather, your training, your education, and your way of life, your way of manner of speech, talking to other people and meeting with people, that should be a distinguishing feature in your life. And then these habits, with the age, they should become firmly rooted, and there should be no finger should ever be raised against censoring your character. And there is a syllabus of the Waqf-e-Nau children, which has been approved by the Markaz, by the Jamaat, to further it, to establish it and use it. This is the responsibility of both the Jamaat and the parents, so that the tafaqquh fi deen, the understanding of religion, people should be mindful of that, and every day there should be an improvement in this standard. And only in this way we will be able to combat the challenges, the future challenges in this way. And only in this way the need of the people to understand religion, we will be able to fulfill this need only in this way, if we do so. And also this point should be remembered, that the children should also have the desire to understand and learn more about religion. So if this is done properly, only then they will be able to have the proper knowledge and perception of religion. Otherwise, the learning under compulsion and the waqf under compulsion, these are not those things which are useful, which may be useful. Hazrat Masih Maud ﷺ says that there should be such people, those who have the perfect understanding and perception of religion, and that is to say that the religion taught by the Holy Prophet ﷺ, they should be able to have a very profound and deep knowledge in that. So our devotees of life, and particularly those who are after learning the religion, and those who want to devote their life after that, are those Waqf-e-Nau, those who are studying in various jamias at this time. They should always remember that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the religion that he has taught, that we have to understand. And what religion he has taught, the religion which he presented before us, and the example of which he was presented by him, regarding that Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anha, the statement of her is a point of guidance for us. Kana khuluquhul Quran. She said that the whole example of the Holy Prophet ﷺ was exactly in accordance with the Holy Quran. His character was the understanding each and every commandment of Allah Almighty, and to act upon that one and to propagate that one. That was the style of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That was the uswa, that was the standard of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And those people who want to understand the religion properly, and those people who claim that we are going to understand the religion properly, those who are more than ordinary believers, those who are inviting the people to the goodness, and from whom it is expected that they would be enjoining the good to the people and forbidding the people from evil, and there would be much more and much better than other people. How these people, how much do they need to follow this noble example of the Holy Prophet ﷺ? There is a need for the Waqf-e Zindagi, the devotees of life, to analyze themselves. If we believe that the Holy Quran is a perfect book, so then this full understanding of the of the religion, the devotees of the life, they have the prime responsibility that they should mold their life according to that teaching, so that they may be able to perform their duties in the proper way by establishing their good example. They should really become those people who are inviting the people to Allah Almighty, and they are discharging the responsibility of tabligh and tarbiyat in the best possible manner. Now I want to present before you the desire of the promised Messiah ﷺ. What did he want? What did he want? What sort of devotees of life he was he was hoping to have. He says that we are in need of such people, those who not only verbally but also in a practical way, they should be able who are able to perform something. The claim of intellectual knowledge is nothing. Here I would like to ask all the missionaries and those who are studying in various jamias. I would like to say to all those students as well that they should always keep this statement of the promised Messiah ﷺ in front of them. Always they should analyze themselves that in our knowledge and in our action there should be a consistency there. And if we are advising the people to become regular in prayer and it's a sin, and then they themselves are slack in Jamia, slack in the prayer, particularly the students of Jamia Ahmadiyya, after having come into the practical way, sometimes they show slackness. So if we are telling the other people that you don't get involved in bad innovations which are carried out on various occasions of marriages, these are the innovations. And the Khalifa of the time and the administration of the Jamaat, they do not allow that to take place, to happen. And religion does not permit that. Hazrat Masih Maud has rejected all those innovations very strongly. And Allah and His Messenger, they also reject that. But regarding their children or their relatives, when they do not take care of these things, or they attend such marriages in which these bad innovations are being practiced, and they sit there and they don't advise them, don't correct them, and keep on sitting there. If they have understood something of religion, then it should be for this purpose, that they should become such scholars who are also acting according to that knowledge, and they should try to become like that. Hazrat Masih Maud says that the devotees of life should be such that this self-arrogance and pride, they should be completely free from that. And now every devotee of life should analyze himself. Those who are in the field and working in various places, and also those who are studying in various jamias in the world. And when they get into this habit of analyzing themselves, then there would be a good change as a result of that. This year in Jamia Ahmadiyya from Canada, and the first batch of the missionaries and the Waqfin and all children is coming out this year, and inshallah from other places also it will start coming out, and maybe that from Pakistan there are certain Waqfin and all who are already in the field of Tabligh, they have become missionaries there. They should all remember that very modesty and humbleness and meagerness, this should be the high outstanding quality of a missionary. But also they have to look after the dignity. And then he said, Masih Maud advising the devotees that they should also study our books very extensively, and their intellectual knowledge should be attaining perfection as a reading. He has not mentioned that they should not study that much, that the intellectual standard of them should be perfected. So therefore the reading of the books of the promised Messiah ﷺ, and also in the practical field, it is very essential, because these are the books which really represent the true Islamic teachings in this age. And then he said that they should be very satisfied and contented in their lifestyle. And regarding this contentment, the standard that he has fixed there is, says that if according to our wish and desire, if people are not so contented, then the person who is only contented, only that person should be given the responsibility of performing some work for the Jamaat. And what is the purpose of that? So he he says that the companions of the Holy